In today's video, I'm going to teach you create a Zap. We're going to set up a simple yet powerful automation that starts with a webhook, so you can receive data from any service that can send an HTTP request and use it to kick off workflows in Zapier. First, create a new Zap. From your Zapier dashboard, click to start a Zap and give it a clear name so you can find it later. A Zap is just an automation made of a trigger and one or more actions. Today, our trigger will be a webhook that listens for incoming data. Next, choose Webhooks by Zapier as your trigger app. This is Zapier's built-in tool for receiving and sending webhooks. It's perfect when you want external systems to notify Zapier instantly, instead of waiting on scheduled polling. Select Catch Hook as the trigger event. Catch Hook creates an endpoint that waits for data you send it. Think of it as a mailbox where your app or service can drop a message the moment something happens. Zapier will now provide a unique webhook URL. Copy this URL. It identifies your Zap's trigger and should be treated like a key to your automation. Anyone with the link can send data to your Zap, so keep it secure and avoid sharing it publicly. Now, send a post request to that URL. You can do this from a tool like Postman, your terminal with curl, a server script, or directly from an app that supports webhooks. Include a JSON body or form data with the fields you care about, things like an order ID, a status, or a timestamp, and set the content type appropriately. The post method is ideal here because it lets you include a structured payload. After you send the request, Zapier will catch it and display the sample data from that request so you can confirm everything looks right. With your sample data captured, you're ready to make it live. Publish and turn the Zap on. Click Publish, confirm the Zap status is on, and you're done. From this point forward, any post sent to that same webhook URL will trigger your Zap in real time. That's how you build a Webhook API with Zapier. As a final tip, send a couple of test requests after publishing to make sure your fields appear as expected. And check Zapier's task history if you ever need to troubleshoot. Once this foundation is in place, you can add actions to route, transform, or store the data anywhere you need, all starting from that single webhook trigger.